Back from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is December 28th, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, you can find me on X at Alphacharts365. I post stuff there all the time, market related, and I also have a subscriber group where I give a ton of content, including weekend videos in depth. Focus list videos, midweek videos, two of them Tuesdays and Thursdays, midweek market notes, annotated charts, daily market scans. Like today, we're doing a live stream for members. So do a ton of content, all for only $10. Again, it's educational. It's not a buy and sell. It's basically what I'm doing in the markets. And y'all get to make your own decisions, but hopefully that seeing the process and seeing how I'm looking in the markets helps you along your journey as well. Okay, for $10 a month, there really isn't a better, more comprehensive option out there. Click subscribe right there, and it's super easy to do. If you're not on X, I also have the exact same video type content on YouTube. So you can click join right there, same price. And it's again, it is very comprehensive in what it does. And in the community list, I also have the annotated charts. So you guys get that as well. So if you're a YouTube only watcher, just click join right there. All right, let's get into these charts. So YouTube gets the live streams just like the X members. Um, S&P 500. All right, so we drew in this broadening pattern, and we're right basically in the middle of it, right? And we don't know which way this is going to turn, but we do say that this is probably leads to a big directional move. Again, not sure which way. We keep probing the 50-day. Again, so closed above it, but below the VWAP from the Trump election. Again, there's a lot of mixed signals, in my opinion, stemming from this day right here, this 12-18 day. Now, we have not taken out the top yet. And until we take out that top on 12-18, I think that there is some caution to be had in the market. On the week, the market was up 0.7, but it was basically just an inside week from the prior week, right? It's just an inside week. So there's a lot of questions going on there. And you say, well, how did S&P compare to RSP, the equal weighted? And equal weights were basically even, also had an inside week, but much lower in the body. I mean, they're both pretty low in the body, but RSP was much lower in the body, in my opinion, a lower weight range as well. And when you look at the daily, again, not quite as nice, right? Well below a declining 50-day now. And again, it looks more like a bear flag than it does anything else. We don't know if it'll confirm or not. Maybe it's a start. We'll see. What else? Or potentially some sort of heads and shoulders type of situation, right? Maybe it just kind of chops around in here a little bit and then fails. Or or it can chop around here, come back, retest, and then take off, right? This could just be a consolidation within a bigger context of an uptrend. So likely choppy market is our best case scenario. All that leads to choppy market being the best case scenario in the short term or so. The worst case scenario for the bulls is that this breaks down rather quickly. It's some kind of bear flag, and this, breaks down, breaks the 200-day, gets below this 170-ish area or so, and that'll be a pretty rough market, right? If we do some sort of measured move, 188 to 174, that's roughly 14. 178, that'd be like 164, something like that. That'd be somewhere in this range, right? So that would be pretty bad. Again, those are the different scenarios, and we don't know which one is going to work, right? Which one's going to happen. So we have to plan for all of them, right? And we have ones that are likely to happen and one that are less likely, but plan for all of them. Looking at the Qs, holding up better than most, so that's nice to see, but still has not taken out the top yet of this bar. And on the weekly, you see it was up 0.72, basically the same as SPY, but did close in the lower range of the bar, of the prior week's bar, right inside. Um, but did hold where it needed to. Again, 0.72 equal weights was 0.14, so not much traction there. Again, it has that same type of potential bear flaggish look on the equal weights and underneath the 50-day, which is now flat at best and will start to turn lower if price cannot get back above it. You have $89. It is 89 to 90 area. It's super important, has been super important forever. Um, you know, this has the potential for a false breakout type situation. Let's go to the weekly so we see a little bit better. Yeah, so here was a beautiful base, and we were super bullish in here, and we should have been, and we made a lot of money in this area as equal weights were breaking out. And now it came back and is right now it's just retesting 90, right? 90 is just being retested. But 89.90 breaks and price gets below, this area, that is a big, big problem, and we're in a completely different type of scenario. Not quite there yet, but again, we're watching for that scenario. As long as it's above it, cautious, right? Not bearish, just cautious. Mid caps look a lot like RSP, looks a lot like equal weighted Qs, more like RSP. It looks almost exactly the same, and you see it underneath a starting to decline 50-day moving average. The weekly was 0.39 up, again, not much, closing a lower range. And IWM was only up 0.14 on the week, and you see it looks exactly the same as well underneath that flat to declining 50-day now. Again, has a bear flag hint to it, right? Again, we don't know what's going to happen. My outlook for 2025, which I'll talk a little bit more in the live stream today, is 2025 is going to be more like 2022. It may not be the easiest market. That's a guess. We don't know, but that's my best guess. Yeah, financials. Again, looks just like a lot of those equal weighted charts. Underneath the 50-day again, it looks more like a bear flag. And underneath the VWAP from the Trump election, on the weekly, I always like to look at week up 0.48. SMH was up 2.26. Good for you, SMH. But it never took out the tops here. So to me, that being up 2.26 doesn't speak much. We're basically at a flat 50-day, right there. And the 200-day is not that much below it. All the other moving averages are literally in the flat range right there, right around this 247, 248, like 247 to 248. Yeah. So that's the spot, right? I mean, as we have to break this bar. This was the 1218 bar. That is the bar of significance. Period. Bar of significance. Above that, super bullish all the way. But until we break the high on that bar, I can't get crazy bullish. XSD again had a great week. You can see on the weekly it was up 3.22. So again, those small mid cap semis did very, very well. But again, has not broken the high of this bar yet. But again, looks not bad. Looks not bad, right? So that's a positive. IYT looks a lot like the equal weights, right? Looks more bear flaggy with a declining 50-day moving average. Was up 1% on the week, and again, just barely above the 200, but is right at the flat 200 basically. And we'll see what happens here, but it looks more like a bear flag. The equal weights look a little bit better, but still underneath the 50-day, and it has that bear flag look to it. ITB looks terrible. Again, can't even make an uptrending, flag, right? It's literally flat. And again, much declining 50-day, and XHB looks basically the same thing. So, we're seeing a lot of on the economic side of the ETF stuff, a lot of problems, and that it could foreshadow something 3 to 6 months in the future, right? So we're talking about like maybe springish in this, but that is very, very concerning. And even short term, you never want to see financials basically at their 50-day, SMH at the 50-day or under, right? IYT under, and housing under, right? That's just not a good look for the market in general. Yes, you have equal weight semis above, but again, that's the exception from what we're looking at right now. So where are we at? In the end, I think we need to be aware of this high right here. I think as long as we're in this range, and again, we saw it up and down these charts, right? We haven't taken out the high yet. Until that happens, I have to keep a cautious look to the market. And again, caution to me just means higher cash, trading less, trading smaller, taking profits quicker if I do trade, and that's what cautious means. That's it. Everyone does what they want, right? This is just the way I'm looking at the market, and yeah, and that's how I feel. So if you're interested in more analysis, more in-depth analysis, check out my subscriber group. It's super easy to get into on X. It's only $10 a month, or if you're only on YouTube, check out the join button right there. And thanks you all for watching the video. Check out the live stream in later today. Take care. Bye bye.